Good morning, dear students. Last time I have told you about cellular respiration. Today we are going to see about different types of respirations. There are basically two types of respiration. One is aerobic respiration and another one is anaerobic respiration. So what is basically aerobic respiration? Aerobic respiration is the one that is a respiration which takes place in presence of oxygen. That respiration is called as aerobic respiration. Okay, so in this whatever food we eat has got some glucose molecule. So in aerobic respiration, this glucose molecule will break down into carbon dioxide and water, and when this carbon dioxide and water will be formed up, at the same time they will give out with the energy. That is, energy will be released for doing out various activities. And aerobic respiration occurs in human beings, in plants and in animals. Second type of respiration is anaerobic respiration. Basically, anaerobic respiration takes place in absence of oxygen. Here, the glucose molecule is not broken down into carbon dioxide and water, but it is broken down into alcohol and carbon dioxide. And as it happens in absence of oxygen, so amount of energy whatever these organisms get, so the amount of energy generated or formed is very less. And anaerobic respiration takes place in organisms like yeast and bacteria who can survive even without oxygen. Okay, now we will see कि you must have observed that whenever you run very fast, you experience something. That is what I am telling here. What happens during a strenuous exercise? Whenever you do some hectic work, whenever you run, whenever you do exercise, what exactly happens during that strenuous exercise? That I am going to explain you here. You are knowing that during this strenuous exercise, body cannot get enough oxygen. When we run fast, what happens? Body demands, give me more oxygen, give me more oxygen. But aerobic respiration takes place and the amount of oxygen which will be given will be limited one, will not be that much as is required. So this body cannot get enough oxygen, and as enough oxygen we don't get it, so energy generated will be also less and we feel tired at that time. But at the same time, who is going to help us? Anaerobic respiration is going to help us, because anaerobic respiration will take place in the cells which are present inside our muscles. What will happen during the strenuous exercise? Here, the glucose will be broken down into lactic acid. In aerobic, you are knowing it will break down into carbon dioxide and water. But during strenuous exercise, glucose will break down into lactic acid. And partially, it will not break down completely, but halfway it will be broken down into lactic acid. When this lactic acid will be helping out in supplying with the oxygen supply. Okay, but there comes a certain moment that when you run, but the moment comes you make it a point that no, now my legs are not getting lifted up, I cannot run more, and you feel cramps in your legs. Is it not? You feel some ball filled up in your muscle cells. Why? Because there is accumulation of lactic acid in your muscle cells. That gets accumulated, that gets collected in your muscle cells. And that is why you feel cramps in your legs. This cramps could be relieved, could be removed from your muscles, from your legs, by taking a hot bath or by massaging that particular part. What happens if we do massaging and take a hot bath? When we provide hot bath or when massaging is done, what happens? There happens to be increase in blood circulation in that particular area. Increase in blood circulation means the amount of oxygen which that part will get will be more. Now oxygen will be more in that part. At that moment, finally what will happen? Lactic acid will now break down completely into carbon dioxide and water, and you will feel relief from cramps, and your normal aerobic respiration continues in that part. I hope you must have understood with the lesson, that is respiration. Thank you.